For the work, we used HB2 pencil, eraser, and thick A3 paper, building the basic shape of the head. The first step is to start creating a sketch by building an even circle. Tools and techniques. HB2 pencil for soft and precise lines so that they can be easily corrected with an eraser. Description of the process. The circle can be drawn by hand or using a compass for accuracy. At this stage, it is important to focus on the symmetry of the head, since all further details will be oriented according to this shape. Since the A3 sheet is quite large, the circle should be proportional to the future body of the character in order to maintain the balance of the composition, adding ears and a base for the hair. The second step is to add ears and a hairstyle to the circle. Two identical ovals are drawn on the sides of the circle, slightly tilted to create a sense of volume. It is important to follow the symmetry using a vertical center line, which helps to balance the placement of the ears. The contours of the upper part of the head are changed by smooth, wavy lines, hinting at the future hair of the character. This stage defines the character's character, giving it individuality. Tip: lightly pressing on the HB2 pencil will allow you to quickly make corrections with an eraser without leaving marks. Sketch of the torso and the first details of the clothes. Now the attention is focused on the body and clothes of the character. Torso. Guidelines are lowered from the bottom of the head to form the neck and upper part of the torso. The body is depicted with simple geometric shapes. A rectangle for the torso. Clothes. The outline of the upper part of the clothes is drawn with slight curves, which hints at the collar and clasp. At this stage, a simple bag or accessory is added, giving the image a finished look. Techniques used. The HB2 pencil remains the best option for drawing soft lines that provide an opportunity for corrections. The eraser is used to clarify unnecessary guidelines, adding arms and details of outerwear. The character's arms add dynamics and character. Arms drawn with elongated straight lines starting from the shoulder joint. Arms are positioned in an expressive pose, which gives the character liveliness. Clothing details. The drawing of the sleeves is completed by adding folds and cuffs. It is important to pay attention to the joints of the arms to create natural bends of the elbows. Recommendations: fine work with an HB2 pencil will allow you to convey soft transitions of lines. Finishing the sketch, detailing the face, adding a tail, and final drawing. At this stage, the character is finalized, where key elements are added that make the image complete and expressive. Detailing the face, eyes. Large expressive eyes are drawn on the face. First, ovals for the eyes are carefully outlined with an HB2 pencil, symmetrically located on both sides of the vertical axis of the face. Then, pupils with highlights are drawn inside each oval, which gives the character liveliness and emotionality. Eyelashes, curved lines depicting eyelashes, are added at the top of the eyes. They make the characters look more open and friendly. Eyebrows. Curved lines of eyebrows are carefully outlined above the eyes. Their shape helps express the emotional state of the character, for example, surprise or joy. Nose. A small triangular nose is drawn in the center of the face, typical for characters with cat-like features. Mouth and cheeks. A mouth with a slight smile is added just below the nose. Small cheek lines are drawn on the sides of the mouth, emphasizing the cuteness of the character. Adding a tail. A smoothly curved tail is drawn at the bottom of the character's back. Its shape and slight bend emphasize the cat-like nature of the character. The lines of the tail are drawn smoothly and carefully to harmoniously fit it into the overall composition. Final drawing of clothes and body details. After working on the face, the drawing of the hands with fingers is completed, giving them a natural pose. The fingers are drawn with smooth lines, emphasizing the openness and sociability of the character. The skirt and the upper part of the clothes are drawn with the addition of small details, such as folds of fabric and contours of clothes, which gives the sketch a finished look. Outlining the final lines. After adding all the details, the final contours are carefully outlined with light lines of an HB2 pencil, making them clearer. An eraser is used to remove auxiliary construction lines, such as the vertical and horizontal axes of the face, as well as auxiliary body shapes, checking the symmetry and balance of the composition. Finally, the artist evaluates the overall appearance of the sketch, correcting the proportions if necessary. Particular attention is paid to the symmetry of the eyes and the balance of the character's pose. Result. At the final step, the sketch takes on a finished look. The character looks lively and expressive. Large eyes with highlights, a neat nose, a smile, and cute cheeks form a friendly expression. The image is completed by an elegant tail and drawn hands with an open pose. Thanks to the use of an HB2 pencil, the lines turned out clear and expressive, and thick A3 paper made it possible to maintain the accuracy of the lines without unnecessary streaks. Materials and approach to work. Paints. Acrylic, providing brightness and durability of color. Brush, thin for precise drawing of small details. Solvent, water, used to dilute the paint and create smooth color transitions. Coloring sequence, first clothes, bottom to top, then the character's skin, small details of the face and contour, and finally the background, lines, cloud, sun, and rays. Step-by-step description of coloring the drawing. Coloring clothes, working with the base of the image. Skirt, first stage. The process begins with the lower part of the character, the skirt. A rich blue color of acrylic paint is used. A thin brush allows you to carefully draw the rectangular shape of the skirt, avoiding going beyond the contours. For uniformity of color, each layer is dried before applying the next one to avoid streaks. If necessary, an additional layer is added for a deeper shade. T-shirt, stage 2. After finishing the skirt, we move on to the top of the clothing. The main color of the t-shirt is green. A brush with a small amount of diluted paint provides an even coating without visible strokes. Pink stripes are added to the sleeves for emphasis. Contrasting details are emphasized with precise strokes of a thin brush. The seam and contour lines are highlighted with a black outline to make the clothing look voluminous, coloring the character's skin, creating the base tone. The character's skin is done in a bright orange color. To create an even tone, paint diluted with water is used, which allows for a smooth texture. The colors evenly distributed over the face, ears, neck, arms, and legs. In places where shadow or volume is needed, for example, under the chin, in the area of the bend of the arms, an additional layer of a darker shade of orange is added. Smooth transitions are achieved by lightly shading on a wet surface, detailing the face and drawing small elements. The eyes are painted black, leaving white highlights for a lively effect. First, the outlines of the eyes are drawn with a brush, then the inner part is filled in. A thin brush is used to draw the eyelashes and lines around the eyes. The nose is highlighted in black, maintaining the contrast with the orange skin color. The mouth is carefully painted with a red tint, giving the character an expressive smile. Additional lines on the cheeks and chin are done with black paint to create a sense of volume. Final outlining of the character lines. To give the drawing a finished look, all the contours of the character are outlined with a thin line of black acrylic paint. Particular attention is paid to the lines separating the clothes and skin, as well as small details of the face. A clear outline helps to emphasize the silhouette of the character and makes the image more expressive. Working on the background, creating an atmosphere. The first step of the background is 3 black lines running diagonally across the bottom of the composition. A gentle brush stroke is used to ensure that the lines are even and do not blur. These lines create the illusion of a surface on which the character is walking. Cloud. A cloud is drawn in the upper right corner. White and blue shades of acrylic paints are used to create this, which are smoothly mixed to create a cloud texture. The paint is applied with short circular movements of a thin brush, which gives the cloud volume. In the upper left corner, the sun is depicted with elements of a face, which adds a cartoonish character to the composition. The sun is painted orange, while the facial part is drawn in a darker shade for contrast. Rays emanate from the sun, short orange lines directed towards the character. The rays are applied with quick strokes, creating a feeling of warmth and dynamics. The final touches, balance and harmony of the composition. After all the elements have been painted, a final check of the color balance is carried out.
If necessary, the transitions between colors are adjusted and additional layers of paint are added. The black outline of the lines gives the drawing a finished look. Acrylic paint, due to its density and matte finish, makes the image bright and saturated. Final result? The finished drawing is a bright and expressive character with orange skin, prominent eyes, and a friendly smile. Contrasting colors of clothing, a green t-shirt with pink accents and a blue skirt, emphasize the cheerfulness of the image. The finished drawing is a bright and expressive character with orange skin, prominent eyes, and a friendly smile. Contrasting colors of clothing, a green t-shirt with pink accents and a blue skirt, emphasize the cheerfulness of the image.
Destiny is torn, but I am growing stronger. Prophecy's a lie, I write my way. In this world of darkness, I will find my